Losing time, I'm fading fast. I just wanna make it last. Try to let go of the past. I close my eyes, embrace the blast. Sleepless nights and headache stack. Restlessness to hell and back.
Foldable phones have traditionally been expensive, and there still aren't many options that are both reasonably priced and genuinely enjoyable to use. I've been interested in foldable phones for quite some time when Vivo launched the X Fold 6, officially priced at 7,999 yuan, which is roughly £877 in the UK and $1,186 in the US. I've now been using it heavily for almost 20 days. So in this video, we're going to look at how the retail version of the Vivo X Fold 6 performs in real-world use, explore some of the drawbacks that don't get talked about as much, and figure out what I think is the sweet spot price for this phone.
A quick shout to my tech partner from China for sharing this video. A big thank you for making this possible. Hey everyone, it's Maiky from techmaiky. If you love staying updated with the latest gadgets, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss out our exciting tech content.
Let's begin with its biggest strengths, the large display and multitasking experience. This is really the fundamental advantage of a foldable phone. The Vivo Atomic Workbench is deeply integrated into the X Fold 6. You can research something while writing at the same time, drag and drop images or text between apps, and quickly extract text. The whole experience feels extremely smooth for this kind of lightweight productivity work, and it's something a conventional split-screen smartphone simply can't replicate. It basically feels like having the productivity capabilities of a small tablet that you can fold up and put in your pocket. And if you're someone who uses Apple devices, the X Fold 6 also works surprisingly well with the Apple ecosystem. For starters, WeChat supports tablet-style login, allowing you to use the same account across your iPhone and Mac. When three foldable devices are connected at the same time, the document manager can directly access photos and files stored in iCloud on your iPhone. You can then open those files and view them on the phone's much larger display. When you combine this with Vivo's Office Suite, the Mac version adds features such as screen mirroring, two-way drag-and-drop file transfers, cross-device clipboard sharing, and real-time synchronization of Atomic Notes and Calendar across devices. After signing in to the same Vivo account on your iPhone and turning on dual-device connectivity, incoming calls, app notifications, and even captured footage can move between the devices in both directions. There's also two-way location searching, which solves a particularly annoying problem for people who regularly use two phones and constantly have to figure out where one of them is. Moving on to performance, the X Fold 6 doesn't use the newest Snapdragon flagship processor. Instead, Vivo has equipped it with the Dimensity 9500 Super Edition. Like many people, I initially had some doubts about how well it would perform, but after actually using the phone, those concerns mostly disappeared. In everyday use, app launching and overall responsiveness are absolutely flagship level. The chip has more than enough power for the typical scenarios you'd expect from a large foldable phone. To be completely honest, compared to the 5th generation Snapdragon 8 Elite, its peak performance is slightly lower, but that difference mainly becomes noticeable in extremely demanding situations, such as running mobile games at maximum graphics settings or pushing multiple heavy applications simultaneously. For normal office work, watching short videos and playing mainstream games, the difference is almost impossible to notice. Now let's talk about the cameras. Because foldable phones have limited internal space, their camera hardware often has to make some compromises compared to conventional flagship phones in the same price range. Even so, the Vivo X Fold 6's 60-megapixel camera specifications are among the strongest available in this segment. The main camera and telephoto hardware are quite close to what you'd expect from mainstream flagship phones around the same price. The centerpiece of the system is the 200-megapixel Samsung HPV main sensor. By default, it uses 16-pixel binning to produce its final images, giving you a good balance between detail and light capture. If you manually switch to the full 200 megapixel mode, you can push the resolution even further. In bright daylight conditions, the details on building facades remain surprisingly clear even after zooming in, giving you plenty of room to crop the image later for a secondary composition. The large sensor also delivers impressive dynamic range. Even in strongly backlit, high-contrast situations, highlights are controlled well without being easily blown out, while shadow areas retain a good amount of detail. At night, the combination of noise reduction and highlight control produces very clean images. It's easy to understand why some netizens have jokingly nicknamed it the foldable screen imaging inflaminator. The 3x ZEISS APO front telephoto also performs very well when photographing distant subjects during the day. Resolution remains strong from the center towards the edges, and with reasonable control over image degradation, details such as distant buildings and text on road signs can still be captured clearly. Because the sensor has such a high pixel count, the usable range after digital cropping is also wider than I expected. I recently took the X Fold 6 with me to Jolin Tice's concert in Chengdu, and that gave me a perfect opportunity to put the camera through a much tougher real-world test. I recorded footage from the stands, dealing with low light conditions, telephoto shooting, complicated stage lighting, and strong contrast. In these situations, the overall exposure remained well-balanced. The bright stage lights did not result in large areas of blown-out highlights, while basic information in the darker areas was still retained. The native 3x telephoto setting was easily the most useful option for me. It allowed me to frame the entire stage comfortably while maintaining solid color reproduction and detail. Even when I pushed the digital zoom to 10x, the quality didn't suddenly fall apart. For simply recording concert moments, it's more than usable. When it comes to video capabilities, the stage mode supports Dolby Vision 4K 60 FPS recording, while the standard video mode can also record 4K at 120 FPS for slow motion footage. The phone also includes the increasingly popular dual-camera simultaneous recording feature, allowing you to capture yourself and the stage action at the same time. And there's another interesting first here. It's the industry's first foldable phone to support an external focal length lens. Paired with the ZEISS G2 focal length lens, the system can reach an equivalent focal length of 200 mm, and the improvement in image resolution is quite significant. With the camera covered, let's move on to what I consider even more important, the basic day-to-day user experience.
The X Fold 6 does a very good job when it comes to the overall user experience. It includes a very complete package of flagship-level features, covering almost everything you'd expect without making major sacrifices in its core performance. The 7,000 mAh third-generation semi-solid-state Blue Ocean battery is another strong point. With moderate everyday usage, it can comfortably get you through an entire day. The displays are also impressive. The inner screen uses Samsung's M14 luminescent material, while the outer display uses BOE's Q11 panel. Both screens deliver excellent brightness and color consistency, and when moving between the inner and outer displays, the difference is almost impossible to notice. The hinge also feels very sturdy, and it supports multi-angle hovering, which opens up some additional ways to use the phone. Of course, a foldable phone selling around the 7,000 yuan price point can't be perfect. There have to be some compromises, and the X Fold 6 does have a few areas where cost control becomes noticeable. For example, the two speakers are positioned on the same side at the bottom of the phone, which makes the overall sound feel a little thin. Compared with similarly priced flagship slab phones, the difference in audio quality is quite obvious. There's also an issue when gaming in landscape orientation. Depending on how you naturally hold the phone, your hand can easily cover the microphone opening. The X-axis linear motor is another area where the experience feels slightly underwhelming.
Its vibration feedback is relatively soft, and the tactile response doesn't feel as sharp or satisfying as what you'd get from flagship flat-screen phones in the same category. Unlocking has also been simplified. Instead of the dual ultrasonic fingerprint sensors positioned on both the inner and outer displays like the X Fold 3 Pro, the X Fold 6 uses a side-mounted fingerprint scanner. In everyday use, this definitely feels like a small step backward. Crease management is another area where the X Fold 6 isn't quite as impressive as some of this year's mainstream foldable phones. The AODC display feature is also disabled by default, and reaching its settings requires going fairly deep into the menus. On top of that, some applications still have fairly rough large screen optimization. You can occasionally run into misplaced pop-up windows or buttons that aren't positioned in a particularly logical way. It's honestly surprising that even in 2026, some Android applications are still so poorly optimized for foldable displays. There's one more physical detail worth mentioning. The glass panel version is 7 grams heavier and 0.5 millimeters thicker than the glass core version, so the overall in-hand feel is slightly different. And if you plan on using a third-party hard case, compatibility can be an issue. Apart from the official protective case, some third-party cases may not fit properly. If you've done your own testing, feel free to share your results in the comments. Now, you may have noticed something when I was discussing the camera system. I didn't really talk about the ultra-wide-angle camera. That's intentional, because in my opinion, this is one area where the X Fold 6 makes some obvious compromises. The Samsung JN1 sensor used for the ultra-wide camera has a relatively small sensor area. As a result, there's a clear difference in resolution and edge image quality compared with the main camera. Low-light noise control isn't particularly impressive either. It basically does enough for normal, everyday ultra-wide shots, but it doesn't go much beyond that. The telephoto camera itself is perfectly capable for everyday use, but the lack of a native optical telephoto lens with a higher magnification range is still a small weakness. For a new generation flagship foldable, having only native 3x optical zoom is a noticeable limitation. If you want to capture subjects from a closer perspective while retaining a high level of detail, the quality loss caused by digital cropping becomes quite obvious. The G2 evidence does help extend the usable zoom range to some degree, but there's a catch. You'll need to spend almost another 1,000 yuan and use a dedicated adapter. Once you attach the entire accessory setup to the phone, you also lose some of the portability that's supposed to make smartphone photography so convenient. The front-facing cameras are another area where the specifications don't really match the phone's flagship positioning. Both the inner and outer displays use 20-megapixel selfie cameras, and video recording is limited to 1080p at 30 frames per second. For a phone that launched at 7,999 yuan, that's definitely not impressive enough. If you regularly use the front camera for recording videos or making video calls, image quality and video smoothness are going to be important factors to consider. Now let's talk about memory and multitasking. My model is the standard 12GB RAM plus 256GB storage. With relatively light usage, even when using 2 or 3 split-screen setups and keeping 3 or 4 applications running in the background, the overall experience remains smooth. But once you really push the multitasking capabilities, things start to change. For example, if you run 4 applications simultaneously in split-screen mode, like WeChat, Bilibili, the browser, and Lark, while also keeping other audio or video applications active in the background, the system can start aggressively closing background processes. Sometimes a window may take a moment to respond, and you can also notice occasional minor frame drops. This is something that's particularly important with foldable phones because multi-window usage is naturally much more common than it is on a traditional flat screen, and the more applications you keep open, the more memory you need.
For a flagship phone mainly used for watching videos, 12 GB of RAM is perfectly reasonable. But for a foldable phone where multitasking is one of the main selling points, 12 GB is really only just enough. So if you frequently use multiple apps at the same time, I'd recommend prioritizing the 16 GB version. So, is the X Fold 6 a perfect flagship? Definitely not. There are clearly some areas where Vivo has made compromises to keep the price under control. But when it comes to camera performance, it's still one of the strongest foldable phones in this price range. You could easily put its imaging performance among the top options in its class. Battery life and display quality are right around the mainstream level for this price segment. The phone doesn't really have one spectacular feature that completely dominates the competition, but at the same time, it doesn't have any major deal-breaking weaknesses either. And that's probably where the X Fold 6 gets most of its value. At around 7,000 yuan, it gives you a complete foldable experience without forcing you to spend several thousand yuan more just to get a larger display and a higher-end flagship model. At the same time, you don't have to save money by buying an older generation foldable and then accept a noticeably less refined experience. So, if your budget is around 7,000 yuan and you're looking for a foldable phone that's comfortable and practical enough to use every day, the X Fold 6 is currently a very safe choice. That's everything for this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!